مماتك وحبل جوارك فقيه من فتنة القبر وعذاب النار اللهم اغفر له وارحمه وارحمنا بعده. Mr. Speaker, certainly Right Honorable Ghali Na'Abba was so many things to so many people. He was courageous, forthright, who started this house with no infrastructure and no structure, but he was able to articulate some. I remember the 12 wise men that he created to look after fellow members of this hallowed chamber. Most profoundly, Mr. Speaker, sir, I was traveling to the UK one early morning. I didn't know where he was going, then we met at the airport. And I said to him, Mr. Speaker, I'm very afraid for you. He said, why? I said, day in, day out, they are struggling to remove you from the villa. We're all concerned, lovers of democracy. And also within the house, though you had absolute control, there are still dissenting voices. And he said to me, I'm not worried at all what is going on in the villa, because when they remove me, certainly I am not the best among equals. I am only one among equals, and certainly there will be another Ghali that will emerge from the house. But Mr. Speaker, he was certainly the best among equals at the time. Mr. Speaker, he said, I'm more worried about my colleagues, not to bring in the culture of distortion to distort our vision and to distort our quest for the prevention, preservation, and protection of democracy and multi-party democratic systems. Mr. Speaker, that was Ghali Na'Abba. Clear-headed, forthright, and never afraid of taking decisions. I had the misfortune of watching his wife died, who was just half a kilometer in front of me as we were driving back from Bauchi. We took her home, we buried her, and I went to him. And he pulled my hands and said, you witnessed the passing away of my dear wife. I reminded him of the verse of the Quran, and I said to him that we are indeed from God, and unto him we shall return. And aptly, he responded back by quoting another verse of the Quran. Kullu man alayha fan. Certainly, whoever lives on it will depart, will vacate. Be it man, be it jinn, be it shrubs, be it animals or insects. You live on this earth, you must vacate. And that is the power of God. We will go back to him. As we sat down, even in that moment, he stole 2-3 seconds of our time and whispered to me that Nigeria must be better. Mr. Speaker, I had, at one time of my life, been extremely very close to him, not by going to him, but he reached out first at all times. He spoke to me first before I ever pick a phone to call him. The last time I saw him, I looked at his face. I said, this is a man full of faith. You see the mark on his forehead. Prophet Abraham alayhi salam had taught us how to pray. As a matter of fact, even Jesus Christ, in Matthew 26:39, he said, I took a few steps and fell with my face on the ground and asked that this cup pass over me, not as I will, but as you will. And Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam came to seal it, to also preach and to teach us as Abraham and Jesus did, on how to pray by putting our forehead on the ground in total submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, our creator, knowing fully well we will depart one day or another, and certainly it is coming. Ghali Na'Abba had departed. Allahumma ghafir lahu warhamhu wa afihi wa af'anhu wa akrim nuzulahu wa wasim mulkhala wa ghasilhu bil ma'i wa tadwa al barad wa naqihi min al kata'a kama naqayta bil abad min al danas. Allahumma salli ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. Amin.